I'm Rose Simons of Rose's Health and Wellness, and I'm here today to show you how to make plantain pancakes. And why do we even want to make them? So, last video we cut up our plantains and stored them in the freezer. So these are thawed, and so they're done ahead of time. Now we're going to add them to the food processor. So that's our prep work. And shake it down. Alright, so now we're going to add our ingredients. And this is the equivalent of 5 plantains. 4 green, 1 slightly yellow. If you get them too yellow, it's going to be too much sugar, so you want mostly green. But all in all, 5 plantains makes 1 batch. So with that, we're going to do, you add 2/3 of a cup of oil. I use the California in the glass bottle, and we're going to do 2/3 of a cup. These have a lot of fiber, and they're a good prebiotic, so our good guy bacteria really like it a lot. So we're going to pour this in. Now, depending upon your food processor, and you know your own, some of them don't like liquid, and they'll leak. This one is good. It doesn't leak on me, so I'm good there. All right, so we've got the olive oil. Now we're going to take our dry ingredients. So I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I happen to use the pink Himalayan salt. So then 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. All right, baking soda. And I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And if you want to get in here so you can see a little closer, the apple cider vinegar works with the baking soda, and this is our raising agent. So see how it kind of fizzes? That's what's going to raise it. So 2 teaspoons. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 2. All right. I'm going to use the same measuring. Okay, so now we need to put in 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm not going to bother measuring it. I'm just going to put it in. There. Okay, so I've got our soda, salt, vinegar, vanilla, and cinnamon, and my oil. And I need to throw in a little bit of water, but we're going to wait on that until we blend this up. One last thing. To fortify it, I put in a little bit of hemp protein powder. It's very, very high in iron, 40%, and it's got protein too, 14 grams of protein. So I'm just going to throw some in. It's probably the equivalent of a 1/2 cup. So now we're going to blend it, process it, puree it. It's going to make a lot of noise. So partway through, you see how some of it's processed, but the other isn't. So scrape it down, push it to the bottom, and do it again until you get it all the same texture. And what I'm going to do now is add in a little bit of water. About 1/3 of a cup of good water, because we want it to be looser. We'll throw in 1/3 of a cup. That'll help with the processing too. Here we go. maybe one more time. See, it's a lot better as far as that goes. Get those guys down in there. So again, this is a good prebiotic, very filling. Just one more time. Good enough. So this is the consistency you want. All right. So I'm gonna put that in my pan, bowl here. Take it out. I'll just take some. This is what it looks like. Now you could add nuts to this. You can add other flavorings. You play with it. It's not going to hurt anything. And now I've heated my griddle. And so what I'm going to do is just put it on here. A couple spoonsful. Flatten it out. You can make these as big as you'd like, but or small. All right, so it's a darker color and it's a heartier meal. One this size or a little bit bigger, and if you put on some fruit, or you can put nut butters or anything you want, it's really good for breakfast. And we'll have one of these with some mashed up organic frozen berries, and put that on top and then heat it up in the toaster oven, and it'll hold us all morning. We have that at 8 and we're not hungry till noon. So, plus the good guy bacteria they're happy because they're having the prebiotic. It's what feeds them. And it makes wonderful poops. So that's always good. So let's see how this is going. This has been preheated at 325, and this particular griddle likes that. So we gotta wait a little bit. It takes a little bit longer, but it's about 7 minutes per each one. But this is what it's going to actually come out looking like. See? Now, if you make them bigger, you can actually have a sandwich. You can make it as a sandwich. And again, it's really good too. They are best heated, so we heat them up in the toaster oven. It just works better warm. So when this gets done, you take them and put them here to cool. And once they're cool, then as you can see, I had them separated with parchment paper. I happen to get this brown parchment paper from Brandless. It's very good. You can't find it otherwise. And so you just fold it like this, as you can see. It separates them so they don't stick together and they stay fresh. And then you can just close them up. So let's see what we got here. Kind of loosen up the sides. It's different than a regular pancake because it's thicker. It's getting there. And normally I would do 6. And cool them. And so this particular bag that we used would make 8 pancakes, depending upon your size. Could make more if they were smaller. And so then I freeze them, and then I can have them whenever I want them. So there you go. This is what it's going to look. Just be patient, because if you flip them before, you have a mess. So enjoy.